Okay, everybody, I was wrong by saying the Honda Clarity was the first car that was electric, okay? I was wrong because I said that the Honda Clarity was the one that came out many years ago and has been out for a long, long time. But I was wrong, okay? So initially, the first car that came out that was supposedly electric, hybrid, or plug-in hybrid was actually the Honda Insight, which it came out in 1999, okay? The Honda Insight came out in 1999. It was being pushed back then with the Toyota Prius. So back in the day, the Toyota Prius was sort of like a Tesla sort of vehicle. The vehicle that was being promoted with the Honda Insight and the Honda Clarity. So first, it was a Honda Insight, okay, and that one was being offered with the Toyota. So when the Honda Insight was around, the Toyota RAV4 was out too. There was a version of the RAV4 with the batteries that were made by Tesla. So at that time, Tesla worked with Toyota to create the batteries for one version of the RAV4. Let me tell you, so the RAV4, it was sold as an electric vehicle. I think it was somewhat electric or hybrid. I'm not sure. I think it was electric, and it was sold for a little while, but then they got rid of it because they know many people are not buying vehicles. So again, I'm going to tell you, I think you would get a rebate by buying the Honda Insight. And I've seen the Honda Insight many, many times. I remember back in the day, I used to see it back in the early 2000s or mid 2000s, like early 2000s, mid 2000s, because now we're still in the mid 2000s, but I'm talking about the early mid 2000s, like the 2010s and back then. I think even 2012, I saw cars from Honda Insight. I saw the Honda Insight and I wasn't so impressed. I was like, I don't like the Honda Insight because of the tire. It reminds you of the Cadillac, okay? So the Cadillac has this vehicle that has the rear tires inside the body. You have to pick up the car and you have to be able to take out the tires in order to fix the tire or do some kind of work to your tires or replacement. So it's not like the modern cars that you just take off the bolts and then you remove the tire. So that's what I have to say about that. So I do have to say that I was wrong. I've always mentioned that it was a Honda Clarity that was first, and I forgot that there was a Honda Insight. Okay? So I am here to say I am sorry for misguiding you and telling you that the only car that was out there that was electric, hybrid vehicle was the Honda Clarity, which is not true because the Honda Clarity came out around 2008, while, like I mentioned, the Honda Insight came out in 1999. So there is a big gap between that. And I do have to say that the Honda Insight, I guess the Honda Insight is, it was just like a basic, like first, like a basic car that didn't have many features. It was just like something that you could say is like, it's like a gimmick. You could say it was like that car was tested as a gimmick. And I do have to say now that we're older and now that most of us are young adults, I do have to say that most of the vehicles are no good. Most of those vehicles are no good. The Honda Insight and the Honda Clarity were discontinued. I think both of them were discontinued because they were no good. Because many of us don't care for electric vehicles, even though the government and even though these other YouTubers say, here you go, you're gonna have electric vehicles. You're gonna have Tesla. You're gonna have Rivian. You're gonna have Polestar. You're gonna have the Ford Lightning. You're gonna have these other Kias and Hyundais and all these other cars that are electric. But the majority of us, including me, will continue to say, no to the electric vehicles. So that is all I have to say, ladies and gentlemen. I just want to say I'm sorry for misguiding you and telling you that the Honda Clarity was the only vehicle that was out electric slash hybrid or whatever. It was a plug-in hybrid. So I do have to say that, and that's all I have to say. But I do have to say that the newest electric vehicle that's out is the Honda E. This Honda E, just so you guys know, is the only electric vehicle that's out there that I'm not sure if it's gonna sell well, because Sony, just to give you an idea, or a little insight, Sony is working with Honda to create the vehicle. Sony and Honda are working together to make an electric vehicle. So we'll see how that goes. I'm not interested in it. You're not interested in it. We know we're not interested in it, but we'll see how it goes. So again, I'm going to tell you, I am sorry for misguiding you, thinking the Honda Clarity was the only vehicle that was out at the time. But to be honest, the Honda Insight was the real true vehicle that came before, and it's been out for a while, and they're both been discontinued because we all know that electric vehicles are not the future, and we don't care for electric vehicles. And the way to stop us from buying gas vehicles or hybrids is by forcing us to pay a higher price for the cars in order to get the electric vehicle. In order for us to get electric vehicles, so they have to try to force us to pay premium prices for gas and ways to try to manipulate us to get electric vehicles. So that's about it, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you guys for watching, and as always, I'll catch you guys in another video.